I'm so happy you could make it. I wasn't sure you were going to show up, but for today's video, we'll be traveling to India to study their fallen. They are called the Leyaks. Shall we dig in? In the folklore of Bali, the Leyak is a mythological figure in the form of a flying head with entrails, heart, lung, liver, still attached. The Leyak is said to fly, trying to find a pregnant woman in order to suck the blood of the newborn baby or the infant internally. There are 3 legendary Leyak, 2 females and 1 that is male. Now the Leyaks are humans who are said to have practiced black magic and have a very cannibalistic behavior. Their mistress is the queen of the Leyak, a widow witch named Ragda, who plays a prominent role in all of the public rituals. Her mask is kept in the village death temple, and during her temple festivals, she is paraded. Besides Leyaks, demons are said to be the followers of this Rangda. The Leyaks are said to haunt graveyards and feed on corpses. By doing this, it gives them the power to change themselves into animals, such as pigs and other have seen tigers. But in the normal form, Leyaks are said to have an unusually long tongue and very large sharp fangs. In daylight, they appear as ordinary humans, just like you or me. But at night, their head and entrails break loose from the body and fly in search of victims. In Balinese culture, sometimes they do attribute certain deaths and illnesses to the Leyaks. A Balinese healer will conduct a seance to identify what witchcraft and who is responsible for the death. During the seance, the spirit of the dead will directly or indirectly point to his or her attacker. However, vengeance by the victim's relatives or family is usually consoled against, and the people are advised to leave any action to the spirit themselves. Hence, the suspicions and fears of the family and relatives are confirmed, but the revenge, that the witch is discouraged by the healers. Now, to get to the origins of the Leyaks, you have to get into the Rangda. She is the demon queen of the Leyaks in Bali. That is according to traditional Balinese mythology. Terrifying to behold, the child-eating Rangda leads an army of evil witches against the leader of the forces of good, Barang. It has been suggested that Rangda may have derived from the 11th century Javan queen who was exiled by the king for allegedly practicing witchcraft against his second wife. The tale surrounding this is that she proceeded to take her revenge by killing off half the kingdom, which by then belonged to her and the king's son, with the plague before being overcome by a holy man. The name Rangda actually means the widow. Yet there is another story of the Balinese version of Rangda. Let me go ahead and read it to you. The old witch Rangda, sworn to destroy the happy and prosperous Daha, Erlanga's kingdom, because of the fancied insults to her daughter Ratna. The noblemen of Dahabad refused her in marriage for fear of the mother's evil reputation. Arang went with her pupils to the cemetery, and they prayed and danced in honor of the deity of black magic to help them destroy Daha. The goddess appeared and danced with them, granting her permission, warning the witch, however, to preserve the center of the kingdom untouched. The witches danced at the crossroads, and soon people fell ill in great numbers. Now, on discovering the cause of the epidemic, Erlanga ordered his soldiers to go and to kill the witch. They snuck into her house while she slept and stabbed her in the heart. But she woke up unhurt and set them on fire, consuming them with flames. The witch went once more into the cemetery and danced with her students. They dug up the corpses, cutting them into pieces and eating the bodies, drinking the blood and wearing the entrails as necklaces. Their goddess appeared again, joining in the banquet, but warned Arang to be careful. The witches danced once more at the crossroads, and the dreadful epidemic ravaged the land. The vassals of Erlanga died before they could even bury their corpses. Desperate from the carnage, the king sent for the only holy man, the only living being who could vanquish the witch. He planned his campaign carefully. He sent his young assistant to ask for the witch's daughter in marriage. She agreed and gave her consent, and after their happy honeymoon, he had learned from his wife the secret of Arang's power, the possession of a little black book, which he stole and turned over to his master. The holy man copied the book and had it returned before she ever knew it was missing. The holy man was able to restore the life of those victims whose bodies had not badly decayed. But armed with his new knowledge, he accused the witch of her crimes, and she challenged him by setting an enormous tree on fire by a single look from her eyes. The holy man then put the fire out and restored the tree to its former glory. Unmoved, she turned the fire against the holy man, and he killed her with one of her own mantras. She died in her monstrous Rangda form, but to absolve her for her crimes and show pity, enable her to atone for them, he revived her in her human form, then killed her again. So, based on the story, it tells that Rangda is dead, but it never said that her disciples and the rest of the Leyaks passed. So, it brings the question, are their fallen still around? Just something to think about. I hope you enjoyed, and good evening.